Welcome to the Magic Crossover presented by Starry. I'm your host, Kendra Douglas, and today we are joined by Trevelin Queen. Trevelin, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, thank you for having me.
I mean, just how are you feeling? You know, we've reached the halfway point of the season so far. It's been a crazy year, but what's it been like for you?
For me, it's just been an up and down roller coaster. Stay ready type of guy my whole career. And for me, it's just like wherever they need me to be. You know, I'm on a two-way contract. So for me, it's like Osceola or Orlando. And for me right now, it's been a heavy Orlando decision. And I've getting a lot of opportunity compared to like over my last couple of years in the pros and NBA, whatever it may be. But for me, it's just always staying ready, doing whatever the coaches ask me to do, whether that's just play defense, guard the best player, get the team involved, whatever it is they ask me to do, I just come and do. But it ain't been easy, honestly. I think it's been more mental for me. It's never been like basketball for me, because like I've been playing basketball my whole life. It's just a game at the end of the day. So for me, it was always just like approaching the game with confidence, telling myself I belong and stuff like that. So now I feel like I'm starting to get into that groove to where like I'm feeling more confident every time I go out there.
I like that you mentioned that side, because I think with athletes in general and people who look on the outside in, they don't realize how mental it is and how like physically you can be available, you can be ready, you can be prepared.
Exactly.
But if it's your mental space that you kind of have to make sure.
Exactly. Definitely. But I think it's just like the love for the games makes it easier for me too, though. Like even like the bad days, the tough days when my body's sore or kids ain't sleeping, ain't feeling well, I think my love for the game gets me through most of the bad days, because I actually enjoy every aspect of the game, whether that's the turnovers, the points, the wins, the losses, because everything you do within this game you can learn from. That's why you have so much film when you have like family members telling you did good, you got family members telling you did bad. Like for me, it's just always hearing what I need to hear rather than what I'm supposed to be hearing.
Yeah, so you got to keep that circle small.
That's it, because it gets distracting for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, on this podcast, this is a great opportunity for Magic fans to kind of get to know you a little bit more and get to know you a little bit more in depth. And I think last year they saw so much of what you could do for this team and then also what you were able to do for the G League. So tell us a little bit about TQ. Who is TQ? What kind of dad is he? What kind of player is he? Let's start with a little bit of why basketball? What kind of got you into that sport?
Funny story is actually I always wanted to be in the MLB first.
Really?
Like all throughout high school, I didn't really play like basketball.
Yeah.
So like, I ain't gonna lie, I was in the neighborhood, trouble kid and stuff like that. So I wasn't really into the books. Like I was in love with baseball all the way up to like my junior year, and like some situation that happened with coaching staff and stuff like that. So I ended up just falling out of love with baseball, and not really having like the scholarship offers and stuff like that. And by the time senior year came, I grew like 4 inches, 5 inches. So I was about like 6'4", 6'5" going into senior year, and then I already had the ability in the background of basketball because I've been playing it my whole childhood. I just tended to love baseball a little more at the time. So for me, I never really was like a high school phenomenon or AAU prospect, nothing like that. I was like a neighborhood park hooper with the old heads and like my friends every day off the bus. Of course, I had some community AAU teams that like the parents would put together and stuff like that. But other than that, it's just I've always just been like a under the radar kind of kid. But the love for the game made me be able to excel where I'm at now.
You know, it's funny. It's like when we talk with the guys and you hear about other sports they played, like AB also played baseball and soccer. So it's like we got a little baseball team we could kind of conform over here. We got a football team we can kind of get together over here too. It's so funny to hear just kind of the sports everyone plays. And I think it's also kind of shows you, you know, and people who are watching this that you can do a lot and whatever, and your journey still end up here in a way.
That's the beauty of it, because you really never know like where you're gonna end up or like how things can play out. But as long as you like stay ready and prepare for those opportunities, and when the time does come, you have like a little bit of freedom to make mistakes or where to go. Yeah,
pretty much. Now that you've been able to kind of be integrated into the system a little bit more with the Orlando Magic, what have you learned from, I guess, Osceola and the times you were taking advantage of your time in Osceola that's really helped you be able to get those major minutes and be really important for this team now?
I mean, it's a testament to myself and also like the coaching staff in Osceola, because they knew like I was able to like be a G League All-Star, G League first team, whatever the situation may be, but they wanted me to play my NBA role while I was down there. So for me, every time I was down there, it was always just catch and shoot, quick decisions, playing defense, playing hard. bringing energy, being a good teammate, and I think that translated perfectly up top to when my time came. And it's a shout out to Murph, KT, everybody who like has hands on down in Osceola, because the preparation is always really good down there, and like I think the mental aspect as well. Like they don't let us get too far down on ourselves, and they remind us to like be humble, how fast this game can go, how fast can it come. But for me, it was just always being prepared to be an NBA player rather than a G League. Like,
what are some of the moments, or what are some things that really have stood out to you that have been really memorable? It could be playing in a different arena. It could be your time at All-Star. Like what's been kind of like within your journey of when you signed with Osceola to now, what are some things that really have been like, I cannot believe I'm doing this and this is fun to be a part of it?
I ain't gonna lie, I live in perspective every time. So for me, it's always every game.
Everything.
Like, I swear, like every game, I just be like, yo, I'm really like guarding Jason Tatum. Like, I'm really guarding Tyler Hero. Like, I'm really in the fourth quarter. Like, I think coaches really trusting me. I think the players are starting to trust me more. So like, for me, like my whole career has been like, make one mistake, end of the world. Make one shot, I made it. Now it's just like I'm more like just level-headed, just being present every possession, every time out, whatever it is. But for me, like I think the most surreal moment was probably being in TD Garden. Cause I used to play 2K with like Ray Allen for hours. Like I would score like 150 points with him, just at TD Garden, and just like since a kid I've been picturing like me in there, and like it was just surreal to be in there. Honestly,
Yeah,
I get chills just talking about it. Like
that's
I grew
awesome.
up a Celtics fan, like so I think that's the most surreal moment I've had so far.
That's so cool though, to be able to put that in perspective and be able to do that. Cause you're right. Like
Exactly.
it had to be so surreal just being on the court, knowing you're going up against like Tatum and you're going up against these guys who you've watched or like, yeah.
No, definitely. Just flying into Boston, like just the whole aspect that I'm about to go to Boston. I've been in the NBA, not like technically, but like I've been around the pros 5 years. And I've never had the opportunity to go to Boston. So I don't know, it's just a surreal moment for me. I think honestly that might be first, just as far as like childhood dreams, stuff like that. But I think like being in the NBA, I think the most surreal moment was like Game 7 playoffs. Like just to feel like the atmosphere, the crowd, like the attention to details, like can't have no mistakes, like what could have happened, what should have happened type of situation. So I think that was probably like the most like NBA like in-game type of surreal moment.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't play, but like just to be around
No,
it.
but to be in it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we all could say that.
Exactly.
Like being there and then also, but just also being able to see the team play here in the Kia Center during the playoffs. It's this out-of-body experience.
It's a whole different type of like environment, like between the regular season and the playoffs, because every little thing matters.
Yes.
No matter what it is.
I completely agree. I think we've talked about it so much. I think that's why you hear the guys say like, you know, home court mentality and
Every
like
time you get it.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just this feeling of like the Kia fans and the fans in the Kia Center, they just know how to show out for them.
And then you're home, you get to do your little home regimen or routine, whatever it is.
Yes.
Just around more family. I think it's just all like plays a better factor, especially when like Game 6, Game 7 comes around. Well, Game 7 specifically, but
yeah,
I think it's a good advantage for us.
What has it been like playing inside the Kia Center for you and hearing your name and being able to have impactful moments, especially in games like that Miami one where they made that comeback and you had that block in there too? Like those are moments where everyone in the Kia Center is taking it in of this is TQ.
Exactly. I think just as a kid, you just dream of that, like being able to do what you love to do, but also inspire others. So for me, it's always a bigger purpose to why what I'm doing. Like for me, it's like all the kids are screaming my name, and like I'm the type of guy that takes time out to give kids like autographs and stuff like that. So it just feels good for me to be able to give back with what I love to do. And I don't know, it's still like I'm just like a kid still in this, you know what I'm saying, in this industry, like. To like block Tyler Hero shot in the NBA arena is just like a blessing for me. So I just like to live every moment as though like anything could happen. I could change my family's life, my life, by one big play or anything like that. So I don't know, bro. It's just surreal still. I
think it's a testament. I think, you know, for those watching you, it's kind of one of those things of never give up.
Yeah.
Is that kind of the mindset you have of?
Yeah, and have a purpose bigger than yourself. Like no matter what you're going through, like as long as you have a reason that's bigger than yourself, like you're gonna push through it. Like so for me, like no matter how tired I am, I always think of like my grandmother, my kids, stuff like that. Like the purpose to why I'm actually doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it for the money. I'm not doing it for the fame. Nothing like that. I'm doing it so I can have like a steady job at what I love to do and take care of my family. So my purpose is more bigger than myself.
Coming in with the bars
a little
today.
Spiritual, that's
it.
A
little moment.
It's just me being me. At the end of the day, that's all I can do. And I get what I get from it, and that's just about it, honestly.
That's awesome. I want to talk about your family. You're a girl dad. Have you instilled basketball into?
No, I think for me, it's just like whatever she wants to do.
Yeah.
Like we watch movies a lot. We do like a lot of activities with her. And sometimes she just tends to like draw towards more than this than basketball. But like even today, like before I walked in here, we got some shots up on her little hoop. She's like, "Dad, I don't want you to leave. Can we get some shots up?" And as soon as I start getting shots up, she gets distracted by her toys and stuff like that. So it's just like whatever her brain gets like focused on is what I try to like just like be 100% into that. So right now she's in ballet. She's like in like a real strict ballet class. Like we can't even go in to watch her. We have to watch her from like the outside, and she's just a menace though. Like she's like, "Stay on your square." And she's over here. She's playing with that kid. She's doing like an individual solo dance and stuff like that. It's a blessing, honestly, though, because it gives me a purpose to wake up and do what I do every day.
Yeah, it's got to be fun to just know that, something different is going to happen every day.
You never know what's going to happen, too, though. You never know,
Yeah.
like, what the next phase is. Like, 2 months ago, she was like, "Daddy, I love you." And then, like, now she's like, "Trev, what are you doing?" Like, I like, who are you talking to? Like, you know what I mean? Like, who? It just cannot be my daughter, but she's definitely my daughter because she's like my twin.
Yeah.
Like, she be rap
She's
battling me
you?
and stuff. She's so funny.
You guys have rap battles?
Everything. She like, "Trev, your breath stinks." I'm like, "Oh, what are you talking
Dad,
about?"
your breath
Like
stinks.
randomly though, like she'll tell anybody, like, "What does that smell?" I'm like, "Yo," she'd have me crying. It'd be 6 o'clock in the morning. She's just on one.
You know who will keep you humble? Your kids.
Your kids, I'm telling you, like, "Dad, you need a haircut." Just a whole bunch of stuff. "Dad, why is there a hole in your sock?" I'm like, "Tiana, I'm laying down right now." Like, it's just nonstop.
That's something where I feel like you're probably like, if I can get away and not have to be told.
Exactly. Just the road trips, like the quick road trip, not the long ones, 'cause obviously I miss them, but
Yeah,
the quick
yeah.
ones I get to reset, you know what I'm saying? Get some quiet, peace and quiet. Never no quiet in our household.
No, that's real. Now that you kind of have been able to be around, the injury bug, of course, hit this team pretty hard. But now that you've been able to really integrate yourself, what's it like playing with some of these guys who, you had a chance to a lot last year too. I mean, you got to think about like the Sacramento game and the Denver game too, but to really have more minutes and more opportunities. What's it like being able to play with these guys?
I think it's a great thing. I think we're a great team. We have great camaraderie. We have a great like identity that we play behind. And for us, it's just always going out there and playing with a sense of joy. 10 times we're a young team, so we tend to get like up and down. But like you can just feel those games or those days where we're just like steady or we're up. And like it's just a blessing to be around them guys. We're young too, so we get along on and off the court. We have a lot of like relatable topics that we talk about. Like we'll all like to golf together. Like so, a bunch of the guys are golfers now.
Nice.
I'm probably the best one, respectfully.
Okay, you heard that right there.
I'm saying golf will humble you, but nah, I think it's just a great and like the people you go to work with every day and work hard with every day. You see them with their families. You see them like blood, sweat, and tears into it. So for me, it's like I go out there with like I said, a purpose bigger than myself. I know everybody has something they're playing for or a reason why they're playing. So that's why I just go out there and play so hard. I try to bring the positive energy and stuff like that because. Me, I feel like I have a little less pressure on my shoulders just regardless to like my role and what they need for me to do. So like for me, it's always doing the little things like bringing guys' spirits up, talking to them, like knowing the plays, knowing I can have conversations with them. And I think the beauty of this team is that like everybody's opinion is valued. Like everybody can talk. Like the two-way can talk to the star player can talk to the two-way. The coach, I think it's just a beautiful like togetherness we have.
It's a lot of respect.
It's a lot of respect, you know what I mean? Regards to like how much work we put in to our craft and like what we go through behind the scenes.
I think you can totally see the idea within this team of there's less egos and more of we just want to win.
That's it.
Yeah.
So the losses really devastate us because like you said, like early on the injury bug, it hit us really hard and like we played with 8 guys, but like it's not an excuse because we've done it last year. We beat like the defending champs, like we went on that West Coast trip when like, everybody was sick and we got a couple wins and even like early on throughout the season we won the Heat, Boston games, we were down bodies, but I think the togetherness and like I said, the camaraderie helps us like play harder and get through those type of tough games and tough wins.
You just mentioned a little bit about like your role on this team. Are those the kind of conversations you have with like Coach Mosley and everything and your relationship with him of just where has he helped you grow and what's the talks like? Because we talked a little bit about it in New York about just the expectations he has for you a little bit.
I think like it was always for me like since being a pro is like a trust within the coach. Like I only know coaches like really trust me to be out there because like I guess I wasn't really ready yet, but like now that I'm more ready, I think he holds me to a higher standard than many coaches do. And for me, like I told you, I love the game so much, so I'm willing to go out there and do whatever coach needs me to do, whether it's guard the best player, or just go out there and rebound. I'll go out there and just foul if I have to. Like whatever he needs me to do, I'm willing to do it because every team needs a guy that's willing to just go out there and just to play hard. Like, for me, I don't have no expectations when I go out there. I just try to be like the best teammate, just be the best pro, and just be present, like I said, in every moment. Because you never know, like I got to shoot the game-winning shot, or I just got to go out there for 2 minutes at the end of the fourth. So like for me, it's just always being ready for the opportunity. I think he helped me prepare it by just telling me that I belong and giving me confidence in that way.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, I feel like Coach Mosley really does that with everybody. Like he is a player's coach, I feel like, and he's able to kind of find what works and tap into that level of that player.
And he brings the joy, and he brings like some type of fun side of the game too, though. He's not always like strict business type of coach.
Yeah.
Or like uptight, like gotta do this, gotta do this, gotta do this. He allows us to be ourselves and learn from our mistakes and grow as individuals and as a team. So I think that's a testament to who he is. As you watch us, you see how much like we play together and how hard we play because we're a really well coached team. And for that, like that's going to get us over the edge eventually.
Yeah. I want to talk about your mom real quick because I feel like she is one of your biggest Magic fans.
Yeah, she's the one I've won.
She is amazing. It was like, what was it? It was media day. I think she was like commenting on our stuff. Yeah.
I swear, she's the one I've won. She'll follow all four of y'all. Like she'll follow everybody, comment on yours and say, "Go Queen" or "Good job." Or like she like since like 6th grade, she like always stuck up to my teammates, to families, like all that. She follows all my teammates from every team I've ever been on, like, and will still like their pictures and comment on them. Like, Mom, relax a little bit. Like, I can go back to my JUCO and she's still liking pictures from them and stuff like that. It's just, yes, Queen, go Queen, my son, that's my son. I love him. Like, he's the greatest. But like, that's just a testament to like how beautiful life is. Like now, my mom can see her son go and live his dream, you know what I mean? Even though she never really got to pursue her dream, I think it's a beauty that I get to do mine, and she gets to live through that. Like I want the same thing for my kids, so like seeing her do that for me, it gives me like some type of outlook to what's really important in life.
You guys, TQ's mom, A1.
It's different, yo.
A1.
Shout out to my mom.
Shout out to the mom because she is so sweet. Is her name Nancy?
Her name's Nancy.
Hi, Nancy. We adore Nancy.
She's gonna post. I'm telling you, she's gonna love this. She's gonna text me a whole paragraph. I swear.
I believe it. It was so funny. I forgot where it was media day, and then there was one other thing we did, and like I remember she tweeted at me, and I was like, "This is the cutest thing ever."
All
like
day,
I am a big fan of TQ's
She'll
mom.
tell you like a whole life story about me too. Even though she just met you, it's like, yeah, my son, he was the greatest. He used to tie his shoe before. Just like a whole bunch of nonsense. Like she's just that type of mom. Like, I love her so much.
You gotta love that type of stuff. Okay, so we do have a game, but before I want to get to this game, the last couple things of like, if Magic fans are watching this, what do you want them to know about you? What's your favorite foods? Do you have favorite places you love around Orlando? Like, what do you like to do?
I just like to hang out with my kids, honestly, like when I get the time off, even though there are a lot sometimes, but like I tend to like the golfing.
Okay.
I think that's my biggest hobby now. Once you get into like golf, like many people know, like that's the only thing you really want to do sometimes because like so much to figure out. I play video games here and there. I got 2K. Call of Duty every once in a while, like zombies, like the little late night zombies every once in a while. But for me, it's just more so just being ready to hoop because like this job, you never know what's gonna happen, like stuff like that. I'm just putting so much on myself outside of here sometimes. But I think golf is my biggest like hobby right now.
See, this is wild. Okay, I took golf lessons during the off season because we did an episode one time where I had to golf and I looked crazy. I looked wild.
You never want that to happen again.
I didn't want that to happen again.
That,
But I just cannot continue to get into it. And people here within the Magic have even given me like golf balls to be like, get this together. And I have a set at home. I don't know how to love this sport.
What? I don't think I love it yet. I think I just love like how challenging it is and like how many games within the games it is. Yeah, you got to get out there. It's also like just a beautiful because you're in nature. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you like to do, you just go out there and enjoy.
It's
like,
hot outside.
No, it's definitely hot.
Well, when the
summertime comes, you got to hit like the 7 a.m. tee times or early morning tee times. But that's like, you don't love it, so I can't see you out there at 7 a.m. hitting golf balls.
I can't see myself out there at 7 a.m. either.
I can't see it.
So I'm just trying to figure out like why, like what is it? Like why? Because my dad, he comes to visit me all the time and he's just always like, we could go golfing together, but you don't like it, even though you've taken the lessons and you have like, why?
I don't know. It's just the best. Like besides basketball, it's the best sport ever. Cause like it's just the satisfaction of having like how hard it is just to hit a golf ball.
Yeah,
right? So when you get that one good shot, it's like, oh my God.
You gotta keep going.
Like, it's like every good shot in golf is damn near like a game winner. Like
I
swear, it's like you hit a good shot here, but then like the next shot's a completely different shot. The wind's blowing faster. You gotta use a whole different club. You gotta swing it differently. Then you hit a bad shot and it goes 40 feet this way, but the hole's over there. So it's like, but then again, you go over there and now you got one good shot and now you're right by the hole. It's like, then you 3-putt. It's just like so many games within a game. And I think it's like, it transforms the basketball in a way too, because like it's all muscle memory and like being in the present moment and being focused. So I think that's the beauty of it as well.
Okay. I will try my best when the off season comes around to be like, I'm into this.
All right. I can see more so like indoor simulators and stuff like that.
There we go.
Exactly.
That's my thing.
You can work there. You can get better
I can
there
do
too. That's where I go.
Yeah, you're right.
You can get better there too.
You're right. Okay, we have a little game for you. We are rating
All right.
NBA cities.
Oh, okay.
And these are ones that you've been to. And be easy on the cities, you know?
No, definitely. I'm not going to say too much about them.
Because I can, especially one of these, because we froze. I'll just say that. We just froze. It was so cold.
Must have been recently.
It must, yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
I'm cheating.
All right.
I gotta. Okay, the first one. This is a good one. Orlando.
Oh, duh. Number one. Get that out of the way.
You right?
I wish I had 2 greens. Let's take this one. Yep.
Best one, right?
Yeah.
Sacramento.
I like Sacramento. I think the hotel we stay at is very like convenient. There's a lot of things to do. Little coffee shops, ice cream, whatever it is, like shopping. And then the arena is literally walking distance. So
Underground.
and then I think Sacramento's cool, honestly.
Sacramento's a different place for me.
It is though. It's like a different type of California.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's very like, I may say diverse or like just I don't
It's
know.
just
It's like,
different.
when you walk out there, it's like a different vibe. You get stuff like that.
I completely agree with you. It's not your regular like
It's not
New
Cali
York,
or
Cali.
LA or San Francisco and stuff like that.
Yes.
It's not,
Boston.
Oh. I'm a childhood, like I said, like I grew up Celtics fan.
Yeah.
As far as like the basketball aspect of Boston, I like it very much because I think the Boston fans like know basketball more than many cities. So I think that aspect of the basketball part is cool. Actually, I'm lying. I think when I walked around through the mall and stuff like that, they had like a small street of like stores and cafes. I think it was a really cool setup, like a small town vibes actually.
And where we stay, it's like we're near all of it.
All the mall, like
It's
the whole
so
thing.
good.
I think it was a really good city.
I
honestly.
enjoy it, yeah. Toronto.
I like Toronto. Like besides the cold, of course, like it was 7 degrees. We froze. Couldn't walk to the bus without
It feels
freezing.
like was like -4.
Yeah, but
it
my
was
stores are like right next door to
mind-blowing.
like Aloe and Kith, like right next door.
They
And,
were.
like, I think it's also once again, I think it's a very diverse like country or
Yeah.
the city we was in, of course, Toronto. But I think it's a really good city. Besides the cold, of course.
Wow. I think that's my only issue.
It's the cold, right?
It was insane.
That's it. But you can get warm though. That's on you.
That's
It's
the
2
pro- but, like,
jackets, 2
still.
sweats. You start sweating on the bus. For real, I know.
All of it. You're like, been
I
there.
be sweating.
New York.
I like it honestly because like you said, New York is just it's New York, especially like
is.
Madison Square Garden, like the people. Like I was just like, New York is just so New York that it's New York. If that makes sense.
I
don't know
get
how to
it. I
explain
actually
honestly,
get that. I get what you mean.
But like I think it's way more better in the summertime, obviously, because it's cold out there. You can get like a lot of history out there, like so many different boroughs, different types of like, I guess, environments, stuff like that. But I think New York's a great city too.
You
Too
know,
fast for me though.
It is.
Way
It's
too
very
fast,
fast paced, everything. It's funny because we always joke about MSG and just kind of like, even though you have to go up that ramp and it's
Oh my
so
God, I forgot
difficult,
about that ramp.
right?
Yeah, that's a workout.
But it's like the most iconic place.
Yeah, because that ramp and like
Yeah.
just leading up to the Madison Square Garden with so many performances and stuff like that. has happened.
Everything. Yeah.
Exactly.
So part of you is like you forget about the ramp a little bit because like
You're in awe.
everything, yeah.
Exactly. Nah,
Everything else is
definitely.
just so iconic. Okay. We'll do one more. New Orleans.
I'm a fan of that too, though, because it's definitely like cultural out there for me as far as like, I'll say African Americans, like the food side of that, the aspect of that. I think it snowed recently in
It
New Orleans,
did.
so I don't know
It
too much about
did.
that part of it. But other than that, I think it's also really cool too. And I think like inside school for us is that our daughter's named Tiana, and we named it after Princess Tiana. And obviously, that's
Oh.
from New Orleans. So every time I go there, I go get a
Like a little
beignet,
thing? Oh my
stuff like that, in honor of her, and I take a picture of it for her.
That's so
So
sweet.
that's a little cute thing. Yeah, that's about it.
TQ.
Haha, yeah.
You've just gained so many fans
Nah,
tonight.
definitely not.
Oh
yeah.
my
It's
God.
just-
Okay, well, that'll do it for us for this game.
right.
Thanks for doing that
Of
with
course.
us. And thank you for being on the podcast. I really enjoyed it. And good luck for the rest of the season. And we look forward to seeing everything that you're able to accomplish. And thank you for watching Magic Crossover presented by Starry. We will see you next time.